3, 2, 1. What's going on, man? This is Tap In, the hottest podcast in Atlanta, Georgia right now. And as always, I am Jeremy O'Neal, and I got my dog with me, Marsell Bossy, in the building.
You did. What's happening?
Facts. And we got a super special guest for y'all today, man. The most talented, the most beautiful, Karmen K.
The one and only.
Karmen with a K. Don't fuck it up. It ain't C. It ain't carrots. It ain't none of that shit. It's K, like kangaroo. Yeah. But anyway, man, she's doing phenomenal things in the city, for real. So as always, we like to take this and put the spotlight on our upcoming entrepreneurs, dive into their world, find out what they got going on, where they come from.
For sure.
Because we know entrepreneurship is a fucking skill, to be honest. So in order for you to actually learn that skill, it's got to be a backstory behind it. Ain't nobody born just knowing how to get money. Simple as that. So, as always, Karmen K, where are you from?
I am from Albany, Georgia.
Damn, Doherty County. What's good? What's good?
So Karmen, she's like, me and her, we go back Albany State.
Right.
We met each other. We was at Albany State together. You feel me? And then, like, even then, she's been always strong-minded. You feel me? Like,
you went to ASU?
Yeah, I did.
What was your major?
So my major was, I started out as criminal justice.
Facts.
And then I went to business.
Okay.
So, and I think that was around the time I met you, and I was trying to decide, like, if I wanted to switch from criminal justice to business, and
What made you switch, do that shit?
Because I feel like it was more on, track to what I was trying to do, because I had the first business at the time, so it's like I was just trying to soak everything in that I could.
Damn. So you had already had a business while you was in school.
Yeah.
What was you doing?
I was selling hair.
Tree? Oh, you said hair. Got you.
What age did you start doing that?
I was 21, 22.
22. Okay, so that's when you first started. It's like, all right, I can get some money on my own. You feel me? I ain't got to go work for something. Because before that, you was working, regular job.
Oh, yeah, I always had a job.
For sure. Even now.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Exactly, okay.
Yeah.
So, first business starting here, you in school. All right, when did you come to Atlanta?
I came to Atlanta, I think it was September of 2013.
September 2013.
Yeah, so my Atlanta anniversary is coming up.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
So what made you make that transition? Because Albany is a small town. I was down there for a while, so I know how, slow pace it can be, and it can be kind of scary to go from Albany to the A, you feel me? So, what made you, bust that move?
Because I was already, coming to Atlanta back and forth 2 or 3 times out of the week because I was getting my hair from this shop up here in Atlanta or whatever. And so I was like, man, I just need to go ahead and move and just do it. And then, everybody, especially where I'm from, if you from Albany, people like, oh, you go to Atlanta, you gonna fail, you gonna come back home.
Right.
And that was just
scary.
Right, yeah. And I was just like, nah, I am not gonna fold.
So fuck that shit.
And I really had to plot to get up here. I used the refund check. Found a job in 2 weeks.
That's what's happening. So you just left ASU? You just just made that move?
Well, I was going to ASU online, and then that next semester I transferred to Georgia State.
Word. Okay, facts. So, all right, so boom. Now you in Atlanta, this 2013. All right, so you still doing the hair business?
Yeah, so I was still doing that until 2016.
Till 2016, okay. So and while that, you said, you still working and stuff like that?
Yeah,
just to make sure all the bills is covered, because it ain't cheap up here.
Oh, no, I went through a lot. From 2013 to 2016, I went through a lot just those 3 years. So many jobs. I was homeless at one point. I mean, it was crazy, but just up and down type of thing.
Facts.
Dude. So even being in Albany, what you already having that first business already set up, what was the mindset behind even doing that, period?
So it's crazy. So I've always been a hair girl. In high school, I started wearing weaves and stuff, and it was just I'm going off this long ass story, but basically I was wearing hair, and it was never any good, and it was just like, damn, I'm spending all this money on my hair, and then I'm on YouTube, and like it's like, oh, you should get this, this virgin hair. So I tried the hair. It's like your freaking real hair, and I'm like, nobody was wearing hair like that in 2012.
Right.
Then I started seeing like these other black women, and they were running their own companies. I was like, shit, I like hair. Let me.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, well, shit, let me go ahead and start my business in it, because I love hair, and I feel like this is something I want to do. And I feel like my dad, he's a truck driver, he's an owner operator, had his own trucking company. So I feel like that's where like my entrepreneur, the business mindset just kicked in when I seen the opportunities.
So the Albany girls, they had the air pack or the weave. So he said, nah, this ain't no shit.
I got that gas. I got that gas.
I got the exotic on the head. All right, cool.
Right.
So how did you even trying to get into that realm and actually take it serious? Like you said, you had to find a plug up here in Atlanta in order to even get that cracking. So how did that process even go for you even finding a supplier up here for real?
It was crazy. The first supplier, I was looking at some like China shit or whatever, and I tried it. Didn't really like it.
Alibaba?
Yeah, like some AliExpress type shit.
Thanks.
And then I found just like a domestic company or whatever. I mean, I'm sure they were getting their stuff from China, but at least they kind of had that in-between point. Nice. So I tested some of the hair, and I liked it, and they had like a little program going on. So, I signed up for it. Got the hair, it sold out great. The thing was, like, the vendor, like, she wasn't really a real vendor. Like, she was like getting her stuff from somebody else, getting it from somebody else.
Middleman.
Yeah, like a whole lot of middlemen. And then by the time it get to me, like, it's just like.
But yeah, the price is kind of high.
But I mean, that's the kind of hair that it was anyway. Like, it was like expensive hair. Like, I remember my first. My purchase was like $500. And I'm a college student at this time.
Right.
But like, it was well worth it. So, how did I even get to that point?
Because you sold out.
I sold out. But the supplier, like, she couldn't keep up with like what I needed to order and stuff. So then I started looking around, just doing some Googling. So I went to this spot. They had like crazy low price. They did wholesale, and they did, sold to the general public. So I started getting my hair from them.
Gotcha.
And so, like, I really didn't have a lot of money. So I would, like, of course, get an order in, take the money, go get the product, send it off. So I was really hustling backwards.
But you was grinding, though. It take trial and error.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying last one. You got to improvise when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Right.
That's a bold move to spend $500 while you're a college student.
Exactly.
Create your own lane.
Yeah.
That's 3 months of living right there for sure.
Like, for real.
Now, instead of 1 pack of ramen noodles, you got to eat just half a day for real.
That's been my problem, though. I never, like, really felt a struggle.
Got you.
Like, I financed, like, everything I could.
Right. I feel you. That's fire. And you say pretty much of that whole mindset, that came from Pops being an owner-operator.
Yeah.
Dude, I can see that. I know a lot of truckers, and you got to spend some money in order to make money.
Right.
There you go. So fast forward, boom. You did your hair thing. You ain't got the air pack or the weave. You selling that fire, that gas, the exotic. What's the new terms the kids use nowadays?
I have no idea.
Whatever. Doing your thing with the weave. So you slide up here to Atlanta. What's next?
Just like trying to establish myself. And so like I'm like trying to get my own spot, and like I got adjusted to this new cost of living. So the business, it took like a back seat to like life.
Right. Facts.
And I don't know, I just didn't have the knowledge or the skill at the time, what I know now, to like really just keep it going, move it around. But so I kind of just like got rid of it 2016. Gotcha. And I kind of fell in love with something else at that point. But I'll let y'all, get to that.
I feel you. So you came up here with the dream for the hair thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm guessing, just a wild guess, with everything that's going on in Atlanta, like you said, the higher cost of living, you was like, nah, this shit ain't gonna come.
Right, it ain't enough.
Right.
It ain't generating enough income at the time. Okay.
I feel you.
So 2013 to 2016. All right, so 2016, boom, we scratched the hair. All right, now what we going into?
Yeah, so the crazy thing is, so I design websites now, and like the website was always like my issue with the hair company. I hired a company, they did a good job, but the back end system was like didn't send out no emails saying like, hey, this is your order, this is your tracking number. And I'm like, I need a better system.
Right.
So I ended up going to Shopify. Shopify got too expensive. Then I ended up going to a few other platforms. And I'm like, at this point, I didn't have money to keep paying designers to do it. So I was doing it at that point. So
what was the first website like that you start doing designing yourself? Like how did you get there? How did you find out about it? You feel me? Like, what was the first one?
First good website, or like the
first one that you just started doing by yourself? You feel me? Like,
it would be the Shopify site. And
but I mean, like, not as far as
the platform.
Your own, not on somebody else's platform. Like when you actually like went to, all right, I'm gonna create my own platform.
So when did I, or what did I create first? I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
Yeah, like, when?
So this was like 2016, the same year.
Okay, so how did you find out about, like, what was the platform, and then how did you find out about it?
So I went from, I guess, Shopify, but what I design on now is WordPress. I feel like I'm getting way too technical.
Okay,
so are you asking when I went over to WordPress from Shopify?
Facts.
Yeah, so this happened like...
I say WordPress that's a little technical for real.
Yeah, it is. So I found out about it in 2015, actually, and I kind of like sat on, like, I had bought the domain, I bought hosting and stuff to install, and I sat on it for a minute. And then I found it because I put the hair website on WordPress because it was like the first time I was able to get like a decent looking website, and it like had the perfect theme for it, everything. And so, I'm just, messing around with, I'm getting to learn WordPress, and I'm like, shit, I could do this for somebody else. So.
That makes sense.
So the WordPress and designing the actual web pages, that's all self-taught, or you had to go to school for that? Or?
Oh, yeah, it's all self-taught. So I wanted to do like some kind of like coding, because like when I figured out, okay, this can be a career for me, I want to take in as much knowledge as I can. So I was like, I need to start learning code or whatever.
Right.
So I'm thinking I had to go to like the software developer side and just learn like all the languages and stuff. And I'm just like, no, that really ain't that part of my brain that I have. I'm more, I think they call it left, right, I don't know. But I'm more creative. So I was like, so I'm like, I want to design. I just want to focus on design. Like, so I ended up learning like, HTML, CSS, the basic stuff or whatever. Right. And then I was just like, just keep learning, looking at other people's designs and just kind of just getting better from there. So everything was just like, just complete self-taught, my own curriculum or whatnot. So.
Gotcha. And seeing the transition from you going from the hair to the actual website now, this is actually something you enjoy, it sounds like. Yeah,
I do. It's just like making a business out of it. That's where it starts getting complicated.
Got you. Okay. I dig that. Why would you say that?
Because you really got to think about it. So just recently I hired an assistant, and I was looking at my prices, and I was like, okay, I need to make X amount. I got to pay her X amount. I got expenses that's X amount, and I still got to make a profit on top of that. And so it was just like, those are not things I thought about in the beginning.
Right.
So like when I was working a job and doing it part-time, like, yeah, I can charge, $500, $1,000 maybe to design a website because I got a job. But it's like, now I'm a business. You know what I'm saying? I got responsibilities. I got to take care of my one person for right now. You know what I'm saying? And everything. So.
Yeah.
Big. So even going into that transition, was that a little anxious? Was you a little anxious or built some anxiety?
Well, about hiring the assistant I was always concerned, like, how am I going to pay? But luckily, I have, like, a really good tribe on Twitter. And, like, I was putting my questions out there, and people were, like, giving me so much advice. So much that a lady, she reached out. She was like, hey, schedule a call with me, and we'll just talk. And she gave me so much advice about hiring my first person. And I'm like, okay, I feel comfortable to do it now. So.
Big facts. All right, so pretty much it's transitioned to where you doing that full time now, the whole work?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. God damn. And that was in, you said it's 2016?
Yeah, that's when I kind of got started. I took my first client on in 2016.
4 years.
It's 4 years now. You got an assistant, got this beautiful dog, sitting on an emerald couch. She doing, you didn't even see the record player over here. She doing her thing for real. She got an antique record player. I ain't only seen rich white folks with that kind of shit in their crib. But anyway, that's super dope. That's super inspirational there, for real. So let's go into to really break it down. What would you say? I give you 3. What would be the 3 3 hardships that you had to go through.
3 hardships?
In order to get to this point here, the 3 that stand out the most in order for you to get to this position to where you are now.
I had to grow up.
Okay.
Okay.
Real quick. I had to like go through like a lot of heartbreak. And then also like the biggest thing that stands out to me is like the time that I was homeless. It was only for like 2 months, but like those 3 things, they really just like.
So what you was doing when you was homeless? Like how you make it through that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So, so the crazy thing was I had a job, right? So I was like, well, I shouldn't go home because at least I got a job and I had a gym membership. And so I would go to the gym, take a shower, get ready for work, go to work, get off, go find an apartment complex, sleep in the car. Like,
Hey, that's what's happening, though.
it was so crazy. Oh my God.
And you did that for 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months.
You thugged that out and look at her now. You feel me?
Like I said, you see this pretty ass dog. We sit on an emerald couch, and she got a record player, antique record player as a pop over here.
That's just staying down till you come up. You feel me? Like that's what you really got to do that when you grinding for your dream.
So we said the 3 things was growing up. So even with that, let's break down all 3 of them.
Okay.
Right. So even with, what would you say was some of the hardest flaws that you felt within yourself that you needed to improve on in order for you to get to this position?
To grow, that made you feel like I've grown up, a bit.
I feel like because I just had like a lot of pressure on me to like make sure all the bills was paid every month. And I had one more, but it just slipped my mind. I don't remember. My bad.
But yeah.
And I can imagine coming from ASU, it'd be lit down there. So now you gotta sit your ass down. And,
just adjust that. My bad. So
exactly.
Because Atlanta's like a busy city.
Yes,
I'm in my early 20s, and I wanted to get out there. Like Instagram was popping, so I was trying to live that lifestyle too.
Big facts.
So and that's what I'm saying. Like growing up, so just being responsible. Like you bitch, don't spend your rent money. Pay the light bill. Make sure the car don't pay. Like
I told myself that. Times. But somehow that tequila has fucked me up. But facts though.
Now you outside looking stupid.
Exactly. Knowing I just spent all my rent cheese in the club. All right.
Oh no, I've never done that. I did a little bit at a time.
Facts.
Like bought a little something there, groceries. Right. Oh, I got a rent money on.
But see, those are just the things that, for you even to sit back and say, I had to realize that was an issue, that's a whole thing within itself. Because niggas our age and older still out here doing the same shit.
Right, just
ain't even stepped back and said, this might be a problem.
Right.
And still go home after spending their rent money at the club like, shit, we just ain't gonna pay rent this month.
Right.
That's what it's gonna be. Like, God damn. All right, Brody.
See, Karmen is actually the first person I've ever heard personally who said, I put aside 3 months, you feel me, of my expenses, you feel me, just to make sure, just in case. Like, I have never heard nobody, say that to me before. And like that's how you know, her mind ticking differently. You feel me? Like, she trying to put money aside for emergencies.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, that matters.
Yeah, because they can take you out. Like, I just remember, like, just being so broke. And just little stuff happen that's not even that serious, and it just like wreck your whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Fuck everything up.
Yes.
You catch a flat tire. God damn. That shit be so small. It's like, damn.
Yes.
Fuck up your whole year, for real.
The problems are always unexpected. Exactly. You ain't just thinking about problems coming up, so they always unexpected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Damn. That's great to hear, though. So now with everything that you got going on, you went through those. We said the first one was having to grow up. Second one was heartbreak.
Yeah, heartbreak.
How did heartbreak? Get in your Keisha Cole bag right now.
Just like I had a great relationship with the ex. He was actually from Albany too, and like he moved like shortly here after me. R.I.P. Like he is not here with us anymore.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so we just hanging out. We had a great relationship. It ended up ending like maybe like a year later, because I was like, man, I'm gonna get out here in these streets. Like I'm tired of this. I want to see what's going on.
Right.
And from there, I met every fuck nigga that there is.
Oh
I'm sorry, like.
Not everyone.
Yes.
Gotcha. God damn. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Go. You know what to say.
I'm like Future. I'm a collector of fuck niggas.
Okay. All right. So that was summed up in a few words.
She got over heartbreak. We just see that on the show, nigga.
Fuck niggas. That's
Fuck niggas. Hey, stay away.
That's the same.
And listen, I'm not trying to be shady to nobody. Like I know every guy is not a fuck nigga. I know that. I just want to make that abundantly clear.
Okay.
So.
We can definitely formally say, fuck them niggas.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
But facts. So we got the first one. All right, cool.
Second one, heartbreak, boom.
Third one was, what was the one you said?
I think the homelessness, because that was just like a big
that's a lot.
piece of it. Even though it was like a short period of time, it was just like, that's what I remember the most.
That's a lot. And growing up, of course, like you said, you didn't really have to go through that much of a struggle. And knowing this ain't what you, this is not how you was raised.
Right.
Like, this ain't got shit to do with none of how you was up broad and all of that kind of shit. This ain't even in you for real.
Right.
But knowing that you actually put yourself in that predicament for real. So now you got to sit back and think like, damn, I laid all the chips on me. I took an L. This is where this L has landed me. So fuck that. I ain't trying to live in this shit like this for real. 'Cause I know you met a lot of fuck niggas who just live like that for real. So I know you ain't. I know that was the whole thing. Trying to walk away from that shit and not have that be your fucking story to tell. So that's dope.
Well, I want to get back to the business side. As far as, all right, so you create websites, right?
Yes.
Right. All right, so what else is that all that you do?
Yeah, so I'm a little bit more involved when it comes down to websites. I think about like the strategy. Okay, so it's cool to have a website, but you got to get people to come to it. And of course, that's social media, that's like search engines. That's all that good stuff. So I really want to help. My thing is I want you to invest in me because you're going to make your money back. It's an investment.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I just want to make people websites that actually work for them and they're not just digital brochures and you don't really make no money off of it.
Right.
So you're helping out with the strategy side, like you said, the social media. So do you got like packages where it's just I do your website, or I do your website and I help you drive traffic to your website as well?
Yeah, so I mean, right now I just focus on like telling them what they need to do. So before we even do or pick a package, we do a strategy call or whatever.
Right.
And so we like walk through telling me, you know, what they're trying to accomplish, what their goals are, and I can say like, hey, you need this page, you need that page, and we're probably gonna have to put like this extra little functionality plug in with it or whatever. So, you know, just really just mapping that out. So my thing is, even if you did not use me for the website build, at least you can still use that knowledge and, you know, go work with somebody else or even do it yourself at that point.
Right. And that's a big thing too that I really noticed, even just being in business with myself, being able to educate your customer, whether they choose you or not, they be like, damn, I actually learned something.
Right.
I still walked away with something, whether I ain't get her services or the product that she offered.
Right.
I still learned something. So, and I heard you mention too about the marketing side. So y'all do the SEO and y'all do that as well?
So I set up the site just basically for it to be search engine optimized. So that way, just naming all the pictures on the site, making sure you're using keywords. But there are companies out there that go way beyond what I do, and they kind of just keep it going by like putting your website on other big websites because that matters, and going into your blogs and like linking to stuff inside of your website, and then stuff that's not on your site, like another site. Like it gets really, really involved. I'm not in that side of it, but my thing is when I build your site, like it's capable of doing all of that.
Gotcha. That's dope. So you pretty much done fucking damn near mastered WordPress for real.
I mean, I know a lot about it. I really do. I don't feel like I'm just like a master of it. However, I did get invited to speak at WordCamp this year, which is like the big, but I didn't get my stuff in time, so it's just like I'm not gonna do it this year. But I'm like, I just got invited. Like
that invitation is
exactly.
A lot, you feel me?
Y'all ain't
that
peep.
She
said, I ain't trying to master it, but however, I did. You know what I'm saying? I did get invited to this little shebang. But
right.
That's a great acknowledgement. Definitely take pride in that shit for sure. Because like I said, you came a long way, and it's only been 4 fucking years. That's not a long time to have accomplished as much as you already fucking accomplished.
Yeah, but it feels longer. What is actually longer because I came here in 2013, so like it's been like 7 years, about to be a decade. Like I'm about to be 30 soon. I'm just like, wow. But I thought it was gonna happen like so much sooner.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I fell for that illusion as well.
I thought it was gonna be so much sooner.
I fell for that illusion as well, but the slow grind, like that builds the foundation. Like if you build that good foundation first, then it's only up for there. But if you rush it, that foundation weak, you feel me? When you fall, fall right through the foundation. You be at rock bottom again. You feel me?
Right.
And see, and the great thing too about being an entrepreneur, just being a business in itself, you really have to look at the long term benefit of whatever it is that you're doing. Like you can't just settle like, oh shit, I just made a sale. I just made 2 bands today. Well, I'm gonna chill for it.
No, you gotta keep working.
Exactly. So even with that point that you mentioned that you brought out, that's a great thing too to tap yourself on the shoulder and realize, because a lot of people, they take the instant gratification. Like, this is what it is.
Right.
I got that shit off. Nah, it's over with. Now I can go fuck off from Edgewood or continue being a fuck boy or do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Right.
But continue to push and let that continue to motivate you and let that continue to be your drive, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different beast for real. So I commend you, Karmen K.
Thank you.
As always.
Before we go, you definitely gotta let us know, since we are the Emerald Sofa, you feel me? About what else you have going on as far as the Emerald brand.
Yeah, so I'm actually doing this little. Let me not say little. It's a talk show series. It's virtual, of course. So I'm on my Emerald Sofa. I have like a guest. I interview them just on their expertise, their experience in their industry. And so today was my 2nd episode of doing that. So, yeah.
Oh, so y'all finna go at it with Red Table Talk.
Yeah. But less messy.
Gotcha. I can feel you. And mind you, she said this ain't no green couch, nigga. This an emerald couch.
Emerald, don't get it twisted.
Hey, come.
Well, the only reason that it's not green couch is when I tried to buy the domain, green couch was taken. So I was like, let me get creative. I was like, emerald.
Facts.
I like that. Facts. So what else? Like, we got the talk show that's going on now. Where will Karmen be in 5 more years?
Right.
5 more years, I see myself not doing client work and really finding something that's more passive, whether it's just like having a hosting company, just hosting websites, or like some kind of website building program, something like that, but something where I'm not having to work in the business anymore.
So kind of like a GoDaddy or a HostGator or something like that.
Because it's no black-owned hosting companies.
Damn. You heard
that?
Not
one.
Shit. Pause.
Not one.
God damn. So what would you have to do in order to transition into that whole world for real?
I think just knowledge is power.
Gotcha.
And then once I have that, and just being able to pitch myself, because I know like just having like one data center or something. It's like your small bank, black-owned bank, whatever.
Right.
They on the come up. You just got to come and do business with them. So.
Say one of these emerald couches finna turn into a bunch of servers over there for real. In about a couple years, I can dig it. God damn. All right, cool. So what would be? So I like to do this on every end of every show with all of our entrepreneurs. So I asked you, what was your 3 hardest things that you had to overcome that got you to this position now? Now, on the flip side, what would be your 3 biggest words of inspiration or encouragement, or just words of guidance that you would give somebody else who want to take after listening to you the same step that you want to take in order to do what you did?
Well, the first thing I want to say is when you have this go-getter mindset and you working and you start making some money, you be like, man, I'm about to quit this damn job. Don't quit your job, dog. Give yourself time to work up. Try to put some money away. Try to be steady. Have steady customers or, clients, whatever you do, service or, e-commerce or whatever. But, just make sure you stay on top of that.
That's crazy because I did exactly that.
Yeah.
I said, fuck Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah, don't quit your. And I did like the same thing. I was kind of prepared, but I wasn't all the way prepared.
Right.
But if you do quit your job, you can do it. But it's like you got to be ready to hustle and like do something strange. But not like that. Like be ready to do some Uber, do some Instacart.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Something that you would not normally do. That's why it's
That makes
strange.
sense. That makes sense. All right, cool. So strange equals Uber, Lyft, Postmates, stuff like that. Things that you wouldn't normally do. Gotcha.
Hey, but
Non-derogatory.
if you need to do that to get by, you know,
Do your thing.
Oh, we support all hustles.
do what you gotta do.
For sure.
We support all hustles. We support all hustles. All right, cool. So that was the
That's
first
number
one.
one.
What would be your second word of advice?
You gotta keep going, and you can't like look. You gotta have tunnel vision, and you can see what other people doing, and you gotta look at them as inspiration to what you can be. Not that I should be where they are.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. I know it's hard because we see everything on Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff. And I'm just like, you don't know like what, step up they had in their life.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
or what they didn't have.
Got you. So even being, that was a great point. I just thought about this real quick. So even with you being in the position that you are now, did you have like a mentor or some type of guidance to get you to where you are now, or?
No, but I will say that I just love information. I just soak it up. So like, I feel like some of my mentors, they don't even know I'm their mentee.
Right.
University.
Right, like they don't even know. Like shout out to Chris Doe.
There you
He
go.
is my mentor on the low. But just paying attention to people like that have sense and like they're just talking really good stuff. So they kind of like mentored me. But no, I didn't have an official mentor.
Dope. All right, so keep going. In the words of Future. So the third one, what would be your third one that you would say?
Make sure your money and your financials are together.
Word.
It's important.
Word.
Like, can't get around it. Gotta
Nice.
business financials, your personal financials, like you gotta get your stuff in order because you'll miss out on opportunities like when you shit not together.
Exactly. And Uncle Sam do not bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
So know that.
He on your ass.
Right.
Know that every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So that's super, super dope. So let me get a quick recap just to make sure everybody understands. All right.
Very inspirational.
Came from Albany. Was like, man, this shit ain't it. But I'm slanging this weed. This ain't what I'm getting now ain't the hottest shit, but I can find better. All right, cool.
Right.
So I'm finna slide. I'm finna get the fuck on and let me see what I can do in this different environment. Mind you, I got my whole family behind me for real. And I got their inspiration. I got their talents. I got their skills. I watched them do their thing. So I got that riding with me too. Move up to Albany. All right, this weave shit, I thought this was the move. But nah, this ain't gonna cut it. Fuck that. I'm finna tap into some real technical shit.
My website design.
Website design. Woo! That's fire. Damn. Had to take a couple L's, had to sleep in my car a few times. That's cool.
Yeah.
But what I learned is that it taught me to keep going. Fuck these fuck niggas. Stay focused.
Keep
get
a
my
job,
financials.
keep a
Exactly.
job.
Keep a job.
At the same time.
Keep
so
a job.
So you can, let that go.
Exactly. And make sure your financials is in order.
Yes.
Did I
yes.
did I get all
That
that?
is perfect.
Fire.
Put it in the book. Like,
Big facts. Big facts. Goddamn, that was a mouthful. Shit. Anyway, so where can they find you at now? Where's your expo of all your work and everything that you're doing right now?
yeah, so you can go to my website, which is karmenk.com.
Boom.
And then on social, it's I am Karmen K.
Word.
Boom.
And that's
I
on
am.
all socials.
Everything.
Everything. So we talking about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
All that.
Damn.
All
LinkedIn.
of
All right, cool. Say less. Well, as always, man, this is Jeremy O'Neal, Tap In Radio. We can be found on all of ours ain't just uniform. It's like Karmen and shit. we still trying to, right? Shit trying to get shit together. But anyway, Instagram at alreadyrich_KW, Twitter at alreadyrich.kw, Facebook on alreadyrich.kw. You can also email us at alreadyrich.kw as well. My dog Marsell. Find him at.
Shout out Marsell if
There
you
you
want to
go.
get some pictures. Marsell Bossy on everything else for my personals.
There you go. And as always, man, we appreciate the beautiful, the lovely, the smart, the intelligent, the wise,
Indeed.
the fucking goat.
Indeed.
of the website industry, Miss Karmen K. We appreciate you for having a seat and talking your shit. Facts. And the biggest rule of today is avoid all fuck niggas. As always, this is
At all costs. At all costs.
and we tapping out, man. That's what it is.
You did.
That was dope.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
Do I need to turn it off or anything?
Nah.